introducing all of us in such a glorious manner. I suppose we are quite on time. I think we are delayed by about 15 minutes, and so I think we should pack this session a little faster and begin. I'd like to begin by saying that future of IT security depends on the future of IT itself. And when it comes to talking about future of IT, this I suppose is a momentous time. The decade that we are going to pass by is going to be a momentous decade. As a matter of fact, the cloud that has come on the horizon, I think, is a game changer. It's something where devices are going to face a threat. Devices in this room, there would be 100 processors, and time is not too far when you'll find these devices just as service devices which would not really be required to do the processing themselves. And it's all because of the robustness of the networks, which is going to make consolidation of processing through cloud a normal phenomenon. And that could call the death of devices in the way we see them today, the PC, the smartphone, and devices of this nature, perhaps would just mutate to some service devices. And then with this consolidation, it will be the target for security would not so much be these service devices as the servers which would be located centrally somewhere, and the entire security scenario would revolve around looking at the central consolidated processing units. The next level of future of IT would be what we can see in the evolution of tools which are becoming available to mankind. The 3D printers, we can talk about the augmented reality glasses, which worn on eyes would actually be closing the distance between the virtual and the real objects, and the person would be able to live almost in real time with the virtual objects, and that actually would not require the person to memorize anything. And I would like to call it the death of the need for memory. That is the next level of the future of IT as I foresee. And since the time is not so long, I would like to close it by saying the third level, as a matter of fact, would be where there would be processor with your optical nerves. A blind would be able to see. The virtual vision would be close to the real vision. There would be decisions required. The decisions which are required to be taken on the basis of memory, the logic, the experience would not really be required to be taken in that manner. And I would like to call it the death of intuition. There would be perhaps the intuitive part of most of the businesses that mankind is doing nowadays would perhaps get reduced to something where the virtual thing would become almost a reality. And with that, the question of security would also become totally, there would be a paradigm shift in the questions that would be there before the organizations which are handling security. We know from the incident of Stuxnet that the security had a political connection, that political reasons have been the origin for the threats of security. The question would arise, if the mankind is dependent on processing through computing devices for memory, for intuition, for decision making, for diagnostics, the kind of threat that it would pose if the hacking of any of these kind of things takes place would be enormous and disastrous. Would the political governments remain the way they are? Would there be political interest in attacking systems which would be making the mankind live the way they would live in those years? are some of the issues that I'd like to pose to this panel, and would request now Mr. Rajiv Arora. Mr. Rajiv Arora, as we all know, is Director in the National E-Governance Division of the Department of Electronics and Information Technology, and would like to hear him pondering over some of the issues that the security scenario would be posed with in the immediate future.